Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. So, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. How you doing? So check this out. I did not realize that so many people really believe that Deontay Wilder's right hand is basically like a bomb. Like a bionic hand, like an illegal weapon as a result of the surgeries that he had on his hand to help repair his hand. And he had metal rods put in his hand, which is not uncommon. A lot of times when you have metal rods put inside your hand to fix a broken hand, those metal rods extend outside your hand. Now, let me tell you something, right? Those metal rods inside Deontay Wilder's hands, it's not like this man is coming in the ring with a damn crowbar. Those metal rods have nothing to do with Deontay Wilder's punching power. That's complete madness. There's just no truth in that. Now, I'm going to mention something else. I had somebody else say, hey, well, how come Deontay Wilder, he hits like a pillow with his left hand? They're like, it's something to think about, huh? Because if he hit hard with his right hand, he'd hit hard with his left hand. Now, to that, I got to say, in the most respectful way, that you'll hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid. I don't know anyone who hits harder with their non-dominant hand. I'm right-handed. I hit much harder with my right hand than my left hand. My left hand's got a little pop too. But I don't know anyone whose weak hand is stronger than their dominant hand. You may have power in both hands, but to come out here and suggest that because Wilder, in their opinion, doesn't hit hard with the left hand, that means that we should really be taking a look at the surgery he had to correct his broken hand, which his right hand's been broken several times, to really understand what kind of hand he's putting into that glove and striking opponents with. Let me tell you, crazy. So the funny thing about it is you had other people who come on and say, well, hey, if we're going to talk about gloves and what's going on inside of gloves, well then, and be suspicious about Wilder's hand, his bionic hand, we should be suspicious about Tyson Fury's bionic gloves and the egg weights inside of his gloves and how the padding's removed from his gloves. Because that means if we're going to sit here and say something so ridiculous that Wilder has a bionic hand, then we should talk about something that's a bit more believable, that Tyson Fury manipulated his gloves and possibly had egg weights in his gloves. So essentially, Tyson Fury was entering the ring with illegal gloves, making those essentially weapons. Now, my thing is this. I've paid attention to a lot of comments being made over the last few days. There are many people now who did not believe, because there's no proof, right? You can sit here and people can do thousands of videos and they can do their best to try to explain why they believe it's a fact Tyson Fury's gloves were manipulated, right? And that's cool, but there's no proof, okay? But I get it. Some of the videos are compelling. Some of the images make you say, but there's no proof. However, what I'll say is, for the last few days, many people who watched that fight with Tyson Fury and Ngannou. Now remember, excuse me, Ngannou was not supposed to pose a threat to Tyson Fury. That's a fact. He was not supposed to pose a threat to Tyson Fury. For some reason, excuse me, I got a cold. That's why I keep clearing my throat, so I apologize, right? I don't have Tourette's and no shit like that. But for some reason, right, when Ngannou was touching up Tyson Fury in them early rounds and put Tyson Fury down, something happened in that fight. And Tyson Fury, it looks like he felt like, wow, I may not be able to beat this fighter. I got to figure out what is it I can do right now to give myself an advantage. And for a lot of people, the way they interpreted Tyson Fury throwing that elbow was as that was his answer to making sure he gained the upper hand. Hold on. Hello?
Good morning. This is the photographer from the University of Texas. This is Rashid Lane.
Yes. 1 second, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, let me mute that guy real quick. But so the thing is, when it comes to Francis Ngannou, and for him to try, Tyson Fury, they said him going into a fight with Deontay Wilder, he knew that there's a good chance that he'd have to figure out a way to give himself an advantage. And the way he fought dirty against Ngannou, throwing elbows, he decided to come into the ring with some dirty tactics, loaded gloves, etc. Now, my thing is, I'm just giving you guys the story. I don't believe Deontay Wilder has no bionic hand. I don't think the metal rods help him hit harder. When it comes to Tyson Fury, hey man, look, I got a hairy eyeball on him. I have for a while. That fight against Ngannou just shows me that he'll do whatever it takes to get a win, because he had no reason against a fighter who was supposed to be low threat to go in there and fight dirty. And he showed that when he gets his back up against the wall, especially now, he freaks out and he'll do anything in the ring. That being said, if you want to be suspicious about anybody and their intentions in the ring, I don't think you should question Wilder. I don't think he's done anything to make you question his integrity. But old Tyson Fury, that man's done more than enough, in my opinion, for us to wonder whether that he'll come in the ring and be an honest broker, especially if he knows he's up against a serious threat like a Wilder or going into an Ngannou rematch or an Anthony Joshua. That being said, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.